Sequence generator is common. Transaction log now report service, yes. Custom object service, yeah, medium. And then data initialization service reference. We will see that as we see the use cases. But yeah, so first component is this, right? And then there is another component which you need to remember is this, put integration message, right? When you drag and drop this one, it by default selects severity and summary. You just have to click on finish and then on this property of this one, you see message severity as info and summary as whatever message you want. So you put integration message is used to print. Show a message on the integration event. When you see an integration completed, what does it show? It shows either successfully completed or completed with warning or completed with errors. Right, okay, and then the summary here. Summary is something what you want to show, the message, so you put it here in quotes and then put any message. Integration completed. Nicely, I will put this one right. And then severity. It can be info. Info means integration will complete successfully. If you put error, integration will complete with error. If you put warning, integration will complete with one. Now you will say, how do we know this? What to put? So every component here has a help thing at the bottom if you click on that. It will open up. Right now it is opening up for me here, but if you click on it, it will open up in Studio. Okay, so the put integration message. If I come to the summary, this one. There it is, so you can put critical error info warning. Now let's start with info. Okay, I'll keep this info and keep this one, and this one I will have to use. You can just put your mouse on this component. It shows up to arrows and then you have to just drag and connect it to the next one. That's it, okay. And then I will click on save. Right, so it's connected and saved. Now for this integration. This integration which I have created is on my local right. I have to put it in the cloud. Yeah. So let me first go to the tenant and show you that. Do I haven't tested anything Studio? There is nothing as Studio, right? So now let me deploy it. How to deploy an integration? Is you click on that project and then click on this button here at the top, deploy to Workday, or you do a right click and then you will have deployed to Workday. Okay, so you can do it either ways. Click on that. Select your tenant to which you are connected. Click on next and then make sure that your project is here and then click on finish, right. It'll give you the first time that it is your responsibility what you are deploying and all that. And you have to say I agree, because you have no other option. And then it will show a pop-up at the bottom right saying deployed here. Now, if you go to the tenant and just click on enter here now, it should show up. Right now, if you see, The name of the integration is int space test space studio, right? What is the name here in this property? So property view in the advanced, it is int space test space studio, right? So this is that name. So if I click on it, it says it is a cloud integration template, meaning it is a studio. Whenever the integration template is cloud integration, it is studio. Now, if you see here Cloud Collection Studio project, it is int underscore test underscore studio, which is nothing but a project name. Okay, so that means the project name is something which gets uploaded here. So this is where you see the Cloud Write CLR Cloud Archive file, which has everything the executable. Okay, now, since we have done this integration, now let us try running it. So if you know how to run, it is integration launch. OK, click on OK and refresh. It should complete very quickly. OK, refresh, it should be done. So now, if you see the status is completed, right, and if I click on the messages, it says integration completed nicely. And now let me change this one. So every time you do any change, you have to deploy so properties and you go to put integration message advanced instead of info. I will now put it as error. Okay, I will save it. And I will deploy it, right. So now you guys have to try this. Try, the more you deploy, the more you change and do stuff, it will help you. It will remove your fear of studio. Else, it will be a big thing now if I launch it. Okay. I will take more time in the basics, building your fundamentals, then after that it will be easy. Learning the alphabets ABCDs takes time, but then after that reading books will be easy. So now, if you see it is completed with error, and why it completed with error? Because the put integration message has the severity as error. So if you now do it warning, save it. And then deploy it. Okay, right. So now, if I have to just relaunch this one, okay. Now you see, it will complete with warning. So it says completed with warning, and the message is nice. Now let us see this. This one I want you guys to see. It is a very common thing. As you are writing it right, suppose you miss the spelling right. Instead of warning, you wrote boring, and then you deploy it, and then you run right. This is something which I want you to face. These are the common errors which people do while building, while testing, that is deployed and integration launch. Okay. Let us see what the status will be. So completed with errors right away. And what does it say? It says, integration failed. The local and transport put integration message. Property name has failed. Using expression critical debug error info contains something different. Right. So this is how Workday delivered messages. By reading this, you should know that, okay, there is some issue with my messages Severity property, so straight away you will go there and you will know that. Okay, it is. Here is message severity. Let me change it to 1, then save it and then deploy again. Every time you do a change, it has to be deployed. Okay, now let us see one more thing of this start here thing.